God or Spirit, all that is, the Creator. I just see that in there. And then the second one represents us as community. And you can kind of tell it shows a greater light by the two. All right, so John, you want to lead us into a song?
All right, it's Loving Now. Loving yesterday, loving tomorrow, loving today, loving now, loving awareness, kindness and happiness, peace and goodness, loving now. Loving music, loving singing, loving harmony, loving now, loving awareness, kindness and happiness, peace and goodness, loving now. Loving forgiveness, loving gratefulness, loving creativity, loving as we go, growing in wisdom, being wiser, living better, loving what we know. Loving nature, loving beauty, loving each other, loving now, loving awareness, kindness and happiness, peace and goodness, loving now. Loving now.
Thank you, John, for that music, and hello, Angela. All right. I am not muted anymore, right? Thank you, John. All right. Hi, Angela. It's good to see you. I was trying to type you, hello in the chat, and it didn't work too well. So, all right. Okay, so, welcome to Summit Center for Spiritual Living. We are so happy to have everybody here. Carol Ann's going to be our special speaker today, and I'm looking forward to that. And next week, be Michael, because he's going to be doing his July 4th one. And I think I said I'd do the following week. So I'll do the second week. Any volunteers for the 3rd or the 4th? I know Michael's out of town.
I could do probably the fourth
Like
weekend.
teeth marks, but I don't
Okay.
remember having
All
anyone
right.
bite me.
We'll worry about that later. I can always do the third if necessary too. If Michael's not here, he can do third or whatever. One of us could do it. I didn't do it last week. I could do it last month. I could do two this next month. It doesn't matter. So, all right. Okay, so with that, Michael, I didn't ask you, but would you do the meditation, please? I hope you planned on it. Well, whatever I say, last time you said I planned on it. So I figured that, you know,
All right.
Okay. So, all right. And so with that, we'll let John lead us into meditation, and Michael will lead it. Thank you.
Love is real. Love is true. We are love, living as me and you. Peace is real. Peace is true. We are peace, living as me and you. Joy is real. Joy is true. We are joy, living as me and you. Love is real. Love is true. We are love, living as me and
Thank you, John. So let's just become still. Allow yourself just to be comfortable in your seat. Allow the chair to support you. Breathe with me, please. Inhale and exhale. Anything unlike the present moment. Once again, inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. On this exhale, now just center yourself into your heart. Just see yourself in your heart. Centered, balanced, and still. Just allow the love of your heart, just allow it now just to go throughout your body, your mind, your unseen bodies. Allow yourself just to be one with that love, for there is only one love. So as we experience that love, as we experience that stillness, I will read from a meditation from Dr. Ernest Holmes. This is June 24th. This is the affirmation is, I recognize but one mind, the mind of God. I recognize but one mind, the mind of God. Say that silently with me. I recognize but one mind, the mind of God. Ralph Waldo Emerson said this, there is one mind common to all individual men. Every man is an inlet to the same, and to all of the same. He that is once admitted to the right of reason is made a free man of the whole estate. Ernest Holmes wrote this. He says, if there is but one mind, then God must be that mind. And therefore God must be my mind now. The unity of creation is evidence of the one creative cause. And the process of creation is indicative that this cause is pure intelligence in action. The world in which I live in is the mind of God made visible. The body that I wear is intelligence, clothing me with a vehicle of accomplishment. The works of my consciousness, my hands and my efforts, are the outlets through which I release this one mind in the form. And now I accept the responsibility of knowing myself as the mind of God in action. And knowing that all men and women, as the means by which this one mind acts, I know true equality. I am no greater than anyone else, and no soul is greater than I am. And all races and all creeds express the one God, the one life, the one truth. Differences and variations and discrepancy are of no importance to me. For the God in me is the only reality. All men and women are my brothers and sisters, living with me in the kingdom of good. All life in all forms is God in action. So there is nothing too simple to express beauty, nothing too great to express pure wisdom. God appears to me in all things and through all people. So my thinking is now determined by that one mind. God's thought being premised upon good sustains my every creative action. Evil disappears from my experience, for there is nothing, no thing but good to contemplate. As the Holy Spirit of pure truth abides in me and uses me as its distributing center, I am now free to demonstrate what I want, for the one mind delivers to me the full result of my own concepts. Today I affirm the good, the true, and the perfect. I affirm the one cause, the one source, and the one mind. Absolute peace dwells in me, and love creates through me the desires of my heart. So as I continue Ernest Holmes' thought today, realizing that we are all in that one mind, and our use of that mind is our atmosphere. So today we just allow ourselves to choose wisely. We choose of the divine nature, which is love, life, light, peace, power, beauty, joy, abundance, and also wisdom. We allow ourselves just to know that this one mind is thinking and acting and living in and through us now. So we just now create wisely here, as we know that we are part of that one mind. So I speak the word for our wonderful gathering today. And I give great thanks for Carol Ann for not only being my friend, but also my teacher and our speaker for the day. And I just now know that the words that she speaks today affect us in consciousness, affect us in awareness. That brings forth the divine nature within each and every one of us. And I just give great thanks for this gathering of spiritual family, where we are all one. We are all one with that one life, that one activity. As the Hawaiians say, ohana. We're all family. So recognizing that we are all of the one mind, we just now set our intention for our wonderful center, Summit Center for Spiritual Living. We just now know that again, that we are prospered, we grow, we allow ourselves to continue to be that bright light, and our light even gets brighter. We allow ourselves just to be an attracting center of God consciousness, God awareness, that draws all men and women to their own divine nature. So for all of this today, I just give great thanks for all of us being together. And I just now know that this time is blessed, this time is good, this time is God. And coming from that oneness, I just say thank you. Thank you, infinite spirit as us. And so it is.
Awareness is real. Awareness is true. We are awareness, living as me. Living as me and you.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, John. Thank you, Michael. I just want you to take a moment to open your eyes and to look into the camera and to try to see that magnificent you through the other people's eyes. Which is God. All right, there's Kyle. All right, so great to see everybody. How wonderful. Okay, so I am so grateful to be able to introduce Carol Landrick as our speaker today. And she's always got some sort of wonderful wisdom, whatever it is. It's always perfect. So, anyways, thank you, Carol Ann, for being our speaker. And all right, I'm turning it over to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to say good morning to everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Your presence, your energy is enough. And that is the good news. If nothing else you take away, it is the fact that our presence together is enough. And it was so beautifully demonstrated with Diana lighting the unity candle. Because one light is a light, next light you put in, it makes it a little bit brighter, and you begin to put all this light together, and it is absolutely incredible. One of our past presidents, one of his key songs that they sang all the time was 1,000 Points of Light. And that's what it is. That's what it is all about with our being here today. So today we're going to be standing on one foot. So let's start by Closing our eyes. Close your eyes and focus on your breathing. We're going to do this in preparation for what follows. And as you focus on your breathing, just watch it. Be the watcher. Just simply watch your breathing. Feel your breathing. Feel the air coming in, the air going out. Notice your rate, your rhythm. It's all yours. There's no need to fix anything. This is perfect. This is just yours. And that's exactly what we want to focus on. And while you're focusing on your breathing, take your hand and place it on your heart. What this is going to do is draw your attention down to your heart. As you focus on your breath, it brings you into the present moment. Because you can only breathe in the present moment. You can only have a heartbeat in the present moment. This is where it is. People talking about being in the present moment, being in the present moment. That's where you are right now. You are in the present moment. And pay attention as you focus on your heart, that there's no thoughts here. Because when you're focusing in the present moment, our physical mind is quiet. Our physical mind can only function about things of the past or things in the future. It does not exist here in the present moment. So people say, quiet the mind. You don't have to quiet the mind. Just think on your breathing. Pay attention to your breathing. And the mind automatically stops. And the beautiful part is that in thinking about your breathing, you become clearer. You can listen. You can listen with your God ears to hear what is being said. And you begin to hear on two different levels. You hear the words, but you also begin to hear and understand the intent behind the words. And when you are in this place of clarity, then rather than getting upset, you know exactly what to say. You know exactly what to say. I call it listening with my God ears. Yeah, it is so powerful. And when you're in this place, you can open your eyes if you want, and you can focus on your breathing and look around. Just pay attention looking around. This is so important. Because when you are in your heart space, it's like there's more space. Things look different. They can look more vibrant. Things are exactly the same, and yet they are totally different because you are looking through your God eyes. My teacher once told me that becoming enlightened, getting into presence, is like wetting yourself in a dark pair of pants. It's warm and it is wonderful, but nobody else really notices. He had a funny sense of humor. And he always would come up with these things, but they were so graphic, I would remember them. So if we put our complete attention on our breath, we can also talk from our breath, because I am breathing and paying attention to my breath right now, and I am talking. You can drive a car from this place. I mean, everything, all your senses become incredibly alert. They become incredibly accurate. And so in being present, right now, you're living in balance. Because you have one foot in the spiritual, you're in presence because of where you're focusing your attention, being here in the present moment. And you have one foot in the physical, because you can work, you can drive, you can do everything from this place of greater awareness. I look at it. What we have done is we step behind this mind. We step back here to the larger place in consciousness, and that also gives us information. That gives us information that we're getting it from the whole universe. So, which would you rather have? Would you like to have the information that you stored in your mind that is the past and is gone? Or would you rather have all the information in the universe? It is said of the Buddha that there were times when he would just say to himself, remember, remember, remember. And what he was doing was he was opening himself to all the information from the universe. Actually, we are living in Einstein's great equation, energy equals mass times a conscious. Energy equals mass times conscious. And look at that. Energy, which is the spiritual, equals sign, equals means balance. Energy is balanced with physical. So that's right where we are. And the more you practice being here, the easier it becomes. It's just like when you were learning your multiplication tables. The more you practice them, they got easier and easier until you had fewer and fewer times you had to stop and really think. But notice how peaceful, effortless everything is. So let's continue focusing on our breathing as we move through the next 20 minutes or so. Okay, standing on one foot. As humans, we need to stand on 2 feet so that we can be in balance and so we can move around. And what happens when we can't? We get a crutch. We get something, a cane. We lean on someone. We lean on the wall. We find something to assist us so that we can be in balance. Standing on one foot, when I was contemplating that, I was thinking back to when I was little and the games I used to play. Are you focusing on your breathing? Keep focusing on your breathing. Our body naturally, very naturally wants to keep itself in balance. And our physical balance is of great importance. When you look at a little infant, oh my goodness. And I just had this realization this morning, because when an infant is born, all it sees, all it knows, it's taking everything in because everything's fresh and new, but it sees everything in front of it. And it's just looking here. And it's like it has blinders on. And then something causes it to turn its head. And I noticed this in my youngest daughter. We were driving home and it was raining and the windshield wipers were on. And she saw the windshield wiper. And that was the time when you held a baby in your hand. You didn't have seats and all. But I noticed she was starting to jerk her head back and forth. And I thought, oh my goodness. She is learning. She's going from 2 dimensions into 3 dimensions. And it was just, and she was just totally mesmerized by it. So this is why we go ahead and we watch that progression as the child goes through life. It's an incredible experience. So watch children every chance you get, because they are our greatest teacher. Our body is a quick learner, because our animal brain knows that it knows that it needs to know where it is and what is going on, because this is survival. And so our body is going to very quickly learn and adapt to things. Of course, some people with their pets will say, no, that isn't true. They aren't using that. They're just being mischievous. But there is an inner urge in all animals, and especially in humans, to become adaptable to their environment in order to survive. Do you remember the last time that you stood on one foot? I remember because it was this morning. I'd gotten in the shower and I had left the shampoo on the counter. So I opened the shower door, put one foot out so I wouldn't get everything completely wet, and leaned over on one foot to grab the shampoo to get back into the shower. Yeah. Think back to your childhood. This is how important standing on one foot is. Did you play jumping games when you were little? Yeah. I mean, we were very creative because we didn't have many of the instant games that we have now. Jumping games. There was hopscotch. Who can jump the farthest? How many times can you jump? And everyone would start jumping on one foot and see who could jump the longest and who could jump the highest. And what about jumping backwards? Oh my goodness. I mean, it was just like there was so much time, and it was the body discovering and refining itself. In fact, what I think is so interesting, jumping has been a full medal event in the Olympics. Jumping since 1896 for men and 1896 for men and 2000 for women. For the athletes, there are 4 categories, and I did not know this. They have a side jump, a high jump, a long jump, and a triple jump. Wow, the next time the Olympics are on, I'm going to see if I can find, see if they show this to us. I mean, that was totally fascinating. And if that isn't enough, but the Olympics figure skaters, the majority of their routine is doing different kinds of jumping. And degree of difficulty, beginning with the first one is the aerial, that's the most different, and then there is the loops. I have no idea what that jump is. Flip loops, the Sao Chow, and the easiest one is the toe loop. I never knew I was surrounded by so many different kinds of jumps. Remember in high school, going to the different events with the cross country and all the different things they were doing on the infield. They had many of those right there. So one of the things that I do is part of my morning quiet time. When I get up in the morning and get a little bit awake, and I do my meditation and some prayer and some different practices, I literally stand on one foot. Don't lift the other one up high, maybe 2 to 3 inches. That's all you have to do. And just allow yourself to balance there. This is good physically. Your body likes this because it's helping it. But look at it. What happens is you start, and usually one foot is you're more comfortable on than the other foot. But you just stand with your foot a couple inches off the floor. What's going to happen, you're going to notice that you're going to start swaying just a little bit. And our tendency is to notice it but not do anything until it gets more and more. And if you take your hands, if you put them down at your sides and take your hands here, and I'll show you what you're going to do. And I'm actually going to stand on one foot. Well, I'll hold my hands up like this. Your hands are down like this. Okay, so I'm on one foot. Okay. Now, can you see that little bit of wiggling? It's very, very subtle. Okay. Usually we notice things like that and we don't do anything about it, and it gets stronger and stronger. So when you notice that, you take your hands like you were in a pool of jello, and you just very slowly float them in and out like this. And what you are doing is you're assisting your body to balance. Now, if you wait until your balance gets like this, then you're going to have to start almost flailing your arms. But with practice, you can easily bring it back. And this is so key to how we live our life and how we are being and staying in that place of balance. It becomes so very, very important. And then when I am standing on that one foot, then I say out loud, I declare, life is like standing on one foot. And I smile. And then I do the other foot and I smile. It is just absolutely such an easy practice. It's so incredible. And are you still breathing? Are you paying attention to your breathing? Yeah. Oh my goodness, I just thought of something. We are standing on one foot when we walk. You think about it. You take a step, you put your foot down, you lift the other foot up. You lift it up and you actually fall forward and you put it down. This is so incredible. To me, we're falling forward. We're shifting. We are balancing. Our body does this naturally and easily. Good idea to take this observation from the body and apply it to being in presence. You know when you are in a really clear place. You know it. You feel it. You also know when you're not in a good place. It's very evident. It's that in-between space that we have to look at. And our tendency is what? Our tendency is to notice it, but not do anything about it. It's kind of like you're in the middle of a project and you realize you have to go to the bathroom, but you say, oh, I want to get this finished first. I'm not paying attention. And then all of a sudden it's like your body says now, and you run to the bathroom. Yeah, this is what it is. So we need to be focused in the present. Our breath is the easiest thing to assist us with our life, to be able to stand on one foot, to be in that balance. And it is such a simple practice. It's such an easy thing to do. And the most beautiful part of focusing on our breath, when we forget, when we get off, all we have to do is bring ourselves right back. And it's not one of these, it takes time, or the mind will say, oh, well, it's been a bad day the whole day. I might as well just forget it. And, eat a bag of popcorn or whatever you do. Rather, if we catch it early, by paying attention to our breath, we can avoid that. And even if we don't, as soon as we realize that we are starting to wobble, we simply focus on our breath. We can do that in the middle of a heated conversation. That realization of, I'm not in presence. I'm not awake and aware. And it will immediately stop that feeling and you'll begin to be in presence. And then the nice thing about being in an argument, I have been known in the middle of a argument to say, wait a minute, let's start over again. Because I'm realizing I am not balanced. They are not balanced. And sometimes I'll even say, hey, let's take a couple breaths and kind of get refocused here. But even if you're the only one doing it, that's all that is needed, and you will begin immediately to see things clearly. And it is especially, and since I do a lot of work in healing and healthcare, that's especially important when our health becomes imbalanced, because it's easier to treat an illness when it's just a whisper. It's kind of than it is when you wait until you're in the roar of disease. No, you get up in the morning and you have sniffles and you realize you have a slight sore throat. Hey, it's easier right then and there to say, okay, I got in this fluid, let's get some zinc in me, maybe make some ginger tea, but to take care of the things when they're small, when they're manageable. So life is all about balance. That's why standing on one foot is so very important. And look at so many balances that we have within our physical body: acid and alkaline, carbs, fats, and proteins. Exercise, rest, and sleep. And with sleep, get an extra hour of sleep. Americans are the most sleep-deprived people on this planet. And balance literally is everything. Drinking enough fluids, preferably water, which is hydration, dehydration, keeping warm versus getting cold. When we keep warm, our body can function better. Our body can function extremely well, and our mind gets extremely clear as we get in balance with everything. And it isn't like, oh my goodness, I got to do it all at once. You just start with one.
Dumplings.
That's what makes it nice. Okay, what is the thing that is most out of balance for me? Is it sleep? Is it exercise? What is it? Just do one thing. You get one thing going, that builds the momentum. And you get it going for a couple of weeks, it builds momentum. And then you gradually add another thing and another thing. Because it's those small steps. And then we get to a point where Heinz Warner called it equilibration. And it's equilibrium, but it's a very fine equilibrium. It's not equilibrium like this. It's more of a tremor type of equilibrium that's holding yourself in balance. You get into that, and life just starts to begin to flow. And we notice it in little things. Sometimes they're big things, but we notice it in little things. Oh my goodness, I'm waking up in the morning and, hey, that backache isn't as bad as it usually is. Okay. And I will add for myself in helping to stay in that balance is I immediately say, thank you, body. Thank you for taking care of this. Because part of our inheritance is to be happy, joyous, and free, and healthy. And healthy. And our body has the ability, it has a remarkable ability to keep us in all of this if we pay attention to it. If we really begin to make those minor adjustments. So here today is the opportunity to take the steps and be in balance in all the areas of your life, which means ease and flow, simply by starting with one step, and that is focusing on your breathing. And that's it. And then even when you're talking, you're focusing on your breathing. It's just I just get astounded because in our society we are making everything so complex, so technologically AI oriented that we forget how simple it is to be alert, aware, accurate, affable, and have fun in the process of doing it. The best story my oldest daughter likes to tell on me is one day we were walking down a country road. We were talking, and she wasn't paying attention, and there was kind of a drop off on the side of the road, and she missed her footing and she tumbled down. and I'm going, and she tumbles down and she looks and she jumps up and says, "I'm up." And we both started to giggle. We both started to laugh. I mean, it was like all of a sudden she's gone and then she's saying, "I'm up." Enjoy life. And you will find that even under the most dire circumstances, you stay with your breathing. And you will be given the way to move through it. It's one of the laws of the universe. I love the laws of the universe, the laws of healing. All of them are put there for us to use, and we can use them very effectively when we are in balance. So I encourage you keep practicing, to practice standing on one foot and keep focusing on your breathing. So thanks for this time together.
Can be used for jumping.
I am just
nothing on the internet for it.
I don't know about you, but
it works for me.
I am just radiating energy and love.
Something's matched up
it's
perfectly.
like all of us, our energy is rising higher and higher and higher, and it's like, yes, this is what's life all about. Thank you.
How wonderful! Thank you. That's why I love being just around you, Caroline. I find myself just breathing and paying attention to my heart, and you don't even have to say anything. No. Well, if you want more Carol Ann here coming up this week on Thursday. She's having a special free seminar on calm amidst the storm, and that'll be this week. So if you're interested, again, it's Carol. You have to send her an email, Carol Ann Drick, Carol with an E, Carol Ann Drick @gmail.com. She'll be more than happy to put you on the list. We have 30. Are we having a limit, or we're just allowing?
Oh no,
we can be limitless.
This is limitless.
Okay.
You can tell your friends, but have them call and register individually.
Carol Ann Drick, DRICK, Carol with an E @gmail.com. I did balance on one foot while you were talking, and that's, I haven't done that for a while, and that was interesting. I found that I could balance better on my left foot than my right, and I said, "Man, that's a great practice here."
It doesn't take long to do.
Yeah. So great practice. Does anybody have anything they'd like to contribute here?
We used to do that standing on one foot in yoga.
Yes.
Part of the yoga process, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a pogo stick as a kid for jumping. Machine jumping, I guess we'll call it.
Mm-hmm.
I loved to bounce on my pogo stick. But I did other jumping too. And a friend of mine built he was on the track team. I ran hurdles, but he did high jump, and he built a high jump pit in his backyard. He lived on the next block, He used to go over there and jump over his high jump bar. He could jump way higher than me, though. But that was very nice.
I had forgotten pogo sticks. The other thing, when you were talking, I realized I had a friend that had a unicycle.
Yeah, I've done that too.
Yeah.
And stilts. I used to walk on stilts too.
Yes. Yes. Stilts are another one. Yes.
Okay. Anybody
Balance.
else would like to say anything here? Carol Ann, thank you. Just thank you for being you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for putting up with me.
Well,
Thank
we
you
get
for
into a lot of good things.
what?
We get into a lot of good things.
Okay. Well, thank you. Just thank you for just being you. And again, even for those people who are watching here on Facebook, if you could again join us, but you need to send Carol Ann an email so she can send you the room number and also the passcode. All right, so it's carolanndirect@gmail.com.
And what's the
Carol
time
spelled
of
with
it?
an E.
What's
What now?
What's the time of it, Michael?
It's 8 o'clock Eastern. 8 o'clock
On
Eastern. Yeah,
Sure.
yes, 8 o'clock Eastern, and we will go for 1 hour. 1 hour of being in presence. So
God willing, and the creek don't rise. I heard that one time from. I did my nursing education at West Virginia University, so we had an opportunity to, in public health, to really go into Appalachia, and and most of the families didn't have a phone, so it was you going out to meet them, and that's where I heard that expression when I was with one family and they were going to do something, and they said, "Well, God willing, and the creek don't rise." And I went to another family who you had to cross, literally, you had to cross the creek to get to their home. So if the creek, and there it was, God was willing because I could get across the creek, drive across the creek.
you had to go to the other side of the holler.
There you go.
Other side of the holler. All right. If there's nobody else, John, lead us in a song, please.
All right. Take off your shoes and put them by the door. Come sit by the fire and get a little more. Tell me about your day and all that you've been doing. The people you've encountered, the ideas you're pursuing. Tell me what is new in your life, I'll tell you about mine. It's good to be with you, my friends. Let's share a little time. Here's a cup of tea, I thought you'd like to try it. They made it sound so good on the box, I had to buy it. Let's rub each other's feet, you know it feels so good. We'll talk and joke and laugh and stay up later than we should. Tell me what is new in your life, and I'll tell you about mine. It's good to be with you, my friends. Let's share a little time. as we think about the future, where we'll be and what we'll do. About growing older and the times I'll spend with you. Do you wonder how we'll change, what adventures we will try? How special moments are when friends are close, like you and I. One day we'll look back on the past, all we've done and tried to do. We'll talk about good times and try to keep from feeling blue. We'll marvel at the changes and the crazy things we tried, and the memories of those moments we've shared before goodbye.
Thank you, John. Great song. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So now we have received plentiful good stuff. Now we get to have an opportunity then to give of our energy, of our money energy. So if you could, you can give in a couple of ways. If you go to Zelle at sscofakron@gmail.com, that's our address there at Zelle, sscofakron@gmail.com, or you can just send us a check at 1199 Lexington Avenue, Akron, Ohio, 44310. If again, you can just make, as long as you have Summit on, Summit CSL, Summit Spiritual, something of that form, we can cash. So take your gift. So take your gift in your hand. Again, you can just do this symbolically. Even if you do it electronically, it's still energy. So just take your gift in your hand, right top over left, and just feel the feeling of again, that good feeling that as you give, that good feeling of giving, that good feeling of allowing yourself just to give. For as we give, we do receive back. It is a cycle. So bless your gifts. Divine love in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And everything in my life is blessed now. And I bless this gift to not only the continuing of Summit Spiritual Center, but also for its growth and its expansion, not only here in the Northeastern Ohio area, but around the world. For that, we just give great thanks, and so it is. John, let's do a little good, more good.
Good, more good is mine. Ever increasing good is mine. Limited, infinite good is mine. Wherever I go, I see good. Whatever I do, I feel oh so good. I'm worthy and entitled to good and more good. Good crowds itself upon us, wraps itself around us. We give ourselves permission to accept more good, express more good. More good is ours, and ever increasing good is ours. Thank you, Spirit, and so it is.
Okay. Thank you, John. So just a couple of announcements before we close. Yes, I was telling Dr. Carol Ann that if you take a look at the show that I did on Friday, that was a repeat of a show that I did earlier in the month with Dr. Carol Ann Drick. Give you a little more information about the wonderful seminar that she's giving from her heart for free. We have over 30 people, but again, that our hearts are open for a lot more. So if you know of anyone, it's going to be just a great hour. Calm amidst the storm. Great topic, and I know that Carol Ann has a lot of good wisdom and practical tips to share with us. So it's carolandrick@gmail.com. Carol spelled with an E. So please join us. Conference season is coming up. I'm going to be going to here in about 3 weeks. I'll be going to Florida for the INTA International Marathon Alliance Conference. I'll be helping with the media team with that, and so yeah, just a really exciting time. But I just want to say that we really do make a difference in the world. That all of us gathered together here we make a difference. So, us gathering together here in Akron. So, thank you so very, very much. Anything else anyone would like to announce?
Yeswise.com for my blog. And education.
So, Carol Ann, anything else besides the wonderful seminar this week?
Yes, very important. Keep focusing on your breath.
And practice standing on one foot.
Yes.
Something we also
right.
do in yoga is, of course, focus on the breath. And we singers, of course.
Yeah.
So
Do tree pose.
I love the
Do tree pose. All right, so let's just take a moment. I don't have the dinger, but let's just. Diana, she says, I don't think she does, but
Just
no, I don't want anything. Just yeah. So let's just stay quiet for just a moment here. Just again, just be in the silence, and just enjoy the silence for just a few moments here.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
We are the people of love. We are the people of love. Sing out, people, sing out love. We are the people of love. We are the people of peace. We are the people of peace. Sing out, people, sing out peace. We are the people of peace. We are the people of joy. We are the people of joy. Sing out, people, sing out joy. We are the people of joy. We are the people of love. We are the people of love. Sing out, people, sing out love. We are the people of love. We are the people of love.
All right. Thank you, everyone. And Hannah, you can stop our Facebook feed.